What is up, Chase That Coin family? Shaka Daniel here, aka Chase That Coin. And today we want to talk about something that we were talking about in our late night stream last night. For those of you who don't know, on the weekends, we try to do a late night stream starting at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 12 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Just because it's the weekend, we're up late and exciting moves happen on the weekend. And throughout the week, we'll try to do some earlier videos. But last night we were talking about Bitcoin struggling and a possible pullback. We're going to get deeper into that and why technicals are cool things to have in your tool bag. And we're also going to talk about how are altcoins reacting to this and which altcoins, despite Bitcoin possibly having some pullback, are showing a lot of strength as far as Satoshi value. So we are going to see if there's some situations where we can buy the Bitcoin dip, or we're going to see if Bitcoin is going to continue to move up. We're going to give it a few seconds, let us get some live viewers, and then we are going to take off. All right, so we got a few live viewers. Everybody, please hit that like button. It helps more people find the stream. Also, if you're new here and you want to be a part of the CTC family, hit subscribe, turn on post notifications. We go over altcoin charts of your choice. That's called the Crypto Chasers analysis. We also look for some solid early projects, not just the hot for a week ones. We're gonna try to get some solid early projects with low caps, and we're going to do some solid trading as far as the high cap coins, mid caps. We're going to hit ICO here and there. If I talk about an ICO, that means I've done a lot of research on it, and it's something about it is interesting to me. But let's go. All right, so last night, this is the thing that I love about technicals, guys. Matter of fact, before we do that, let me pull the chat out and say what's up to the chasers. What's up, chasers? What's up? Mr. Z's, Unstoppable Marcus, I Must Dream, Boss Lady, Philip. What's up, everybody? What's up? What's up? Hit that like button, share this on Twitter, guys, if you can. Oh yeah, we're doing an Obsidian giveaway. All right. Let me just tell you guys about that so you guys can have a chance to win as well. All right, we're doing an Obsidian giveaway. What is Obsidian? Obsidian is a fork of Stratos. It is a platform. They have an anonymous messaging app coming out for Android and iOS on Christmas. And other applications and different things can be built on top of Obsidian. So it's a platform, low market cap. I think there's a lot of upside here. The team is really great. They have an open Discord. So I'm giving away some Obsidian. And the only thing you have to do to be a part of that is come to my page, which is on Twitter at Chase That Coin. All right. Follow me so click follow. And then retweet this post right here. The one that says I will be giving away 100 Obsidian. All you have to do is follow me, retweet this, and I'll pick the winner tomorrow, December 4th. So if you want to get a chance to win 100 Obsidian, which is valued around 70 bucks, all you have to do is retweet this. So 69 people right now have the opportunity to, as long as they're following me, you have to follow me. As long as they follow me, have a chance to win this right here. So if you want a chance to do that, then let's do that. All right. Now, last night we were right here for Bitcoin. We were around here. All right. So I was saying that Bitcoin was struggling with this level. All right. And I was saying that if I wanted to get into this trade, I would need clear bullish evidence above the all-time high, because yes, it is struggling at this level right here. So let's change this color just to so we can distinguish the two. No, not the color of that. All right, so just because it was struggling at this green line right here on the 4 hour, I still wanted to get bullish evidence above the all-time high. So the all-time high, the previous all-time high was here at 1149.7. So almost 11,500. The market was struggling at 11, let's call it 11,100 last night. We were doing a late night stream about 12 o'clock. The market was struggling. But I did say, I was explaining one of the rules of support and resistance. And one of the rules of support and resistance that a lot of people don't understand is support and resistance is a sliding scale, which means if you put a support line here and a resistance line at the all-time high, the actual resistance could be a little bit, below it or above it. So how the market reacts to that is the market tends to break resistance or support, pivot above or slightly below it, and then come back down. All right, so if the market closes in the way that it's closing right here, and I would not be surprised if it closed below this green line, because this is the original point of where it was struggling at. So I wouldn't be surprised if we get a clean close below 11,100. I have been calling for some pullback within Bitcoin. I am going to post this chart again on Twitter, so you guys can take a screenshot of it or whatever, so you can have an idea of where Bitcoin may go. I also sent out a tweet that I personally would not start buying Bitcoin until we hit the gun line. Yes, I did get that from the movie Life. All right. So in my opinion, I would not start buying until we hit the gun line. I would start to dollar cost average in at the gun line in hopes that we come down to hit a baby bear. The baby bear is a point where I think the market will come to, and if it comes to, some people are going to get scared, but it would be a really good point to get a bounce back up. And that baby bear line is at 7,300 or 7,400. Let's round it up. All right. So I would start to dollar cost average in at the gun line in hopes that, I get between the gun line and between the baby bear, and dollar cost average in every day in between there. But I would not panic until we hit the full out bear market. And in my opinion, for us to be in a full reversal of the upward trend, we need to break 55.57. I don't think that's going to happen. I do think it is very possible that we approach that or even hit it, but I just don't see a clean close with volume below 55.57 for Bitcoin. I personally don't see that. Instead, as I think it's going to approach the gun line, we may get a little pop, bull trap, and then we may get a sell-off into the baby bear. And depending how people feel about alts or how the market feels about the CME future trades, the futures, depending where we're going to go from that point. You guys got to remember this. And I want to check the chat, but I want to get this point across. I want you guys to remember this. All right? I want you guys to remember this one thing. And let me make sure my audio is good. Yes, my audio is good. Okay. I want you guys to remember this one thing. Some of you may be new to Bitcoin. Some of you may have been in Bitcoin longer than me. Some of you may be a year old into it, a couple months, whatever. But we all go through this whole phase, and I even went through it. You find out about Bitcoin. You're like, what is Bitcoin? You dig into it. At least this is the way I did it. I found out about Bitcoin. Well, I found out about Bitcoin multiple times. Once in like 2012, I think, when I was deep into playing poker. And then I found out about it again in 2014. And that's when I really started to look into it. But I looked into Bitcoin. I got intrigued by it. I was kind of confused a little bit. And then I spent a solid week of just everything Bitcoin comparing to gold and what makes Bitcoin work, and, the rabbit hole. That's one phase. Then you buy the Bitcoin. Then you send, maybe the smart thing to do, which I did with myself, was send myself a transaction. Start 2 wallets, send myself a transaction to see how it works. At that time, Bitcoin fees were cents, so you didn't even notice it. Send yourself a transaction, see how it works, see how fast it is. And then, you tell your friends, you tell other people about Bitcoin, right? And then somehow, not somehow, as you're looking at CoinMarketCap and you're finding out about new outlets for news, you hear something about Dash, and you're like, what's Dash? And then you look and you're like, whoa, it's faster than Bitcoin, and it's this than Bitcoin. Then you hear something about Monero, and you're like, whoa, it's private and it's faster than Bitcoin. And then you hear about Ethereum, what smart programmable money, and then you go, on your altcoin spree. So that's what happens to a lot of people. So all of the new people that, just got in Thanksgiving and, the last couple month or two, they probably don't even know about the big altcoin scene. And they don't know that in order for them to turn because the people that are getting in right now, they're not buying whole Bitcoin. They're probably not even buying $1,000 worth. They're probably buying $500, $300, couple $100 worth. And once they find out that, hey, they could turn their $500 worth of Bitcoin into $2,000, $3,000 worth by getting into a good altcoin at a low point and riding it up and then selling it off, altcoins are going to boom. So the people that, there's just so much reasons that altcoins are going to boom. And let's look at CoinMarketCap. Just to give an example. Now, a lot of this money, almost a third of the whole market cap is Bitcoin right now. Almost a third. Rough math. Don't quote me on the math. Almost a third of the market cap, the total cryptocurrency market cap, is Bitcoin right now. All right, which is crazy. So as people start to learn about these different alts and different things, and they learn that, because they're gonna think about different ways they can multiply. They're gonna look into, a lot of them are gonna get into Genesis mining and think that's the way, and BitClub and different things. Some of them are going to get into multi-level Ponzi schemes and things like that. Some of them are going to get into trading. Some of them are going to try to, get a deep understanding of it and be a consultant and different things like that. They're going to look for different ways to multiply their Bitcoin. And the most popular and, in my opinion, depending on who you are, lucrative as far as multiplying Bitcoin is trading altcoins. All right. So we broke down what I think about Bitcoin, where I would start to dollar cost average in, which is the gun line. All right. We broke that down. We broke down the gun line. So we got 3 points here, guys. We got 3 points. We have the gun line. Yes, I stole that from the movie Life. So what? We have the gun line, which I'm expecting Bitcoin to pull back into. So let me give you guys the best visual that I can. And we're going to do it in red and green and all of that to describe the movements. So I'm expecting a pullback into the gun line on the shallow side. The gun line is, if we cross this point, the reason I named it this and put it, in between the line, crack myself up. The reason I did it like this is because if we cross this point, I am definitely expecting a pullback into 8,300, and on the heavier side, which I'm considering to be a baby bear market, 7,300, 7,400. So if we pass the gun line, I'm almost sure, even if it's temporary, meaning the market may pass this line and give us a strong volume candle down, touch the baby bear line, and then we will get a wick. We might get a long wick, like how we got right here on this candle. Like how we got right here on this candle with this wick right here, we may get one of these over here if the market breaks the gun line. All right. So on the light side, I would expect to pull back into 83. On the heavier side, if people start to really panic, I don't know if they will. I can't judge that part. we're going to get a pullback into the baby bear. For me to say, oh my God, Bitcoin is no longer in an obvious uptrend, we're going to have to break the full out big bear market, which is over here. I should move it over here so I don't have to zoom out so much. This line over here, which is the big bear, which is, in my opinion, 55.57. If Bitcoin breaks 55.57, I'm going to come out, and the natural trader in me is going to say Bitcoin isn't in an obvious bull market anymore. But overall, long term, I would definitely still be bullish Bitcoin. All right. We got 50 live viewers. Everybody hit that like button. If you are new here, we do fundamental analysis on coins. I'm not just a trader. I do breakdown of the fundamentals, in my opinion, on a coin. I just try to separate my fundamental opinion from my technical opinion. Now, perfect example is some of the altcoins. I may not be a big fan of some of them, but if there is an opportunity to gain Satoshi value, and for me to turn 1 Bitcoin into 2, turn 5 Bitcoin into 10, whatever, I will take that opportunity as long as I feel like the coin isn't an obvious scam. So I do keep my technical opinion separate from my fundamental opinion. Now, if my fundamental opinion and my technical opinion line up, I become very bullish on the coin. Simple strategy. Yeah, so everybody share this on Twitter, hit like, turn on post notifications, subscribe, and let's ride the journey up to a few thousand subscribers and all that good stuff. Let's check the chat, because I haven't checked the chat with the chasers yet. Mr. Lowbottoms, what's up? Electric Games, what's up? Mike Rizzi, One Must Dream. ODN is listed on CSEC. CSEC, really? Let's check that out. Because last time they were only listed on Hit BTC and Cryptopia. This right here is a very strong level for Obsidian. 5,000, the 5,000 level. It's a thin coin, so it can go from 5,700 to 5,000 very quickly, and then back up to 6,000. So I'm just gonna say the 5,000 level is somewhat of a floor. The complete floor, as far as the lowest point that it's been, is about 3,700 or so. So can we get a pullback into there? Yes. Do I think we're going to get a pullback into there? No. I'm very bullish, very, very bullish Obsidian. Simply because it's a platform. The devs are very active on GitHub. They have an application coming out. They're talking about other applications already. Proof of stake, master nodes, low cap. I like this. It's not the flavor of the month. So wait, you said CSEC, right? Well, it's not maybe it is official, but it's not here yet. So, but you're probably reading somewhere, just breaking news. So you probably know more than me as of right now. Hey, Shaka, thanks for the ODN call. No problem, no problem, no problem. This channel right here, guys, and I don't want to talk about anybody else because this, whatever, but I don't have to pump and dump you guys. I don't have to get into the coin, let it go up some so it can get away from my entry point and then tell you about it and it pumps. Then I sell off and then I just slowly not talk about it anymore. I don't have to do that. Instead, I'm going to do the fundamental analysis on the coin, break it down, look into the coin, look into the team members, do that whole process, right? Do my technicals on the coin, see what point it's at as far as price action. If those two line up, if they're active, if they have a vision, if it's a platform, if it's certain things, I'm going to make the call and say, look, guys, get into this. Or keep an eye on this. Do your own due diligence and see if you agree with me. And I just a quick rundown of my history. I've been doing this for a long time. The same due diligence as far as looking into teams and finding good projects and finding good ICOs. I was a part of the interview with the original interview with Chris True from Stratos. I was a part of the, let's check out the Stratos trade because we're in that too. I'm very bullish Stratos right now. I was a part of the interview with Chris True, the original interview right after the ICO. I was a part of the interview for the ICO for the Waves platform. I was a part of the interview for the ICO for Ardor when NXT first released that. I was a part of the interview for the fork directly after Ethereum Classic. So I have a very good track record of picking cryptocurrencies for years now, though. So if you're interested in that and having somebody to teach you some technicals, fundamentals, and just everything in general, cryptocurrency, hit like and subscribe and all that good stuff. So we are in the Stratos trade, guys. Obsidian is a fork of Stratos. That's another thing that I like about it. It's a custom stack of Stratos. I am very bullish Stratos. Stratos is doing their master node. Their master nodes are coming soon, very soon. I think they already released the beta for it. They're doing their test ICO. What's a test ICO? It's basically showing people the functionality of how an ICO is going to be able to run on the List platform using side chains. Now, if List comes out with if Stratos comes out with the ability for ICOs to launch their product on Stratos with a side chain before List itself is going to have a problem. List is, when and if they get it, get their thing going, they're going to have a growth too, because, they have JavaScript. But Stratos also has a popular development language. They'll be first. So if they get to market first with side chains, allowing ICOs to be able to run their ICO on Stratos with their own side chain, so not bloating down Stratos, that's going to be very big Stratos. The test ICOs, the master nodes, I'm very bullish Stratos. And in my opinion, Stratos should be between $20 and $30 right now. Just as far as a comparison as the amount of coins, what it plans on doing, the fact that it's developing something that is going to actually benefit Bitcoin itself, the fact that it can take advantage of Bitcoin's things that the core developers develop, like SegWit, Lightning. Stratos can take advantage of these things. I'm very bullish Stratos. And the technicals are great. So right here we have overall this red line, this red upward trending line. Well, let's look at it the real way we would look at it first. Everybody go hit that like button, turn on post notifications. We got 55 viewers. So the way I like to look at things overall is I like to look at it from a daily first to just get a overall view of the overall trend. All right. So overall, for the last few months, Stratos has been clearly in a downtrend. It's coming from the top left towards the bottom right of my screen. That's an easy, basic way of just spotting a trend really quickly. So if it's coming from the top left towards the bottom right, it's obviously in a downtrend. If it's coming towards the bottom left towards the top right, it's obviously in an uptrend. So we started off in an uptrend for Stratos, broke, and we've been in a downtrend. All right. But this level for Stratos has proven to be a very strong level. All right. So overall from 11/2, so the 2nd of November, Stratos started to create a slight upward trending line that it has respected for, let's see how many days it has respected this upward line. It has respected this upward trend for 30 days now. So that's definitely a trend that everybody is noticing and following. All right. But another thing, if we want to get a closer look into Stratos, right, we have another trend being created on the 4-hour that the market is respecting and has respected for the last 38 4-hour candles, which is 6 days and 8 hours. So for 6 days and 8 hours, the market has respected this upward trend. So there's this multiple bullish signs. Let's take a look at the volume for Stratos. Stratos had a very nice pop here on the 4, and since there hasn't been enough bearish volume to take over and completely break trend. All right, there hasn't even been enough bearish volume to break the moving averages. And for those of you who don't know, I like to use a 7 and a 14 moving average. I do not make entries into the market based on crossings of the moving averages or from RSI or any indicator, but rather I use them to complement my entries from technical patterns. So I do use indicators, but I do not make entries off of them. Rather, I use them for confirmations or somewhat like a pat on the back saying, okay, if I get into the trade and the indicator does this within the next 1 or 2 days, that's like a pat on the back saying, yes, Shaka, you did make the right entry and getting into that trade. So I use it for confirmation instead of entry. What coins do you guys want to see? Since we broke down. Stratos is holding strong. Yes, Stratos is holding very strong. How about BAT? I'm going to check BAT. And I've heard rumors of BAT working with YouTube. I have to confirm if that is so. BAT is going to be very bullish. I saw somebody say FUD. I want to see what they were talking about. What was FUD? There's no moderators here? None of the moderators are here. Living Off Crypto says every time World Crypto Network has a show, the price drops. Bunch of ugly fools. That was harsh. But I'm not gonna, I'm not gonna censor anybody here. That wasn't too harsh. It wasn't outright foul. So ancient. That's not English, so you can't be mad at me. But he says Korean ban FUD is coming. Korea, new China. If Korea was to ban, I think Bitcoin would dip a little bit. It wouldn't dip an insane amount and the simple reason for that is because Korea doesn't have a huge percentage of the mining power. China has a huge percentage of the mining power. So China even hinting towards a Bitcoin ban, if they ban mining, at least for a short period of time, the Bitcoin network is going to be affected if mining is ordered to be shut down. Now, as far as price, Korea does move the price, but they don't control as far as the mining power, hash power. They don't have a big hash rate. So, and China couldn't even stop Bitcoin. Jamie Dimon and China combined, that was like a double win. That was like a 1-2. That was a 2-piece. We got China FUD and Jamie Dimon back to back. Bitcoin dipped to 3,500, right? And then broke. Come on, baby. Can't stop that, baby. And if anything, this is where I'm going to plug Bitcoin Barbie. Check her out on Twitter. But you might have seen Tone Vase with one of these. These are her shirts. So let me see if you guys can see it, first of all. If Bitcoin does dip crazy, then you got an opportunity to buy the dip, baby. You got an opportunity to buy the dip. So, okay, let's get basic attention, you say. Basic attention, you say. Bat is interesting. I don't know why that's happening. So basic attention 4-hour chart does look interesting. I'm not super excited about this candle right here simply because it gapped. Now, what do I mean by it gapped? Let me check how long this stream is. All right, so a half hour. This one isn't too long. I'm not going to make this one long, guys, because I want to have people be, feel comfortable to watch the videos back. Once we start getting a bunch of viewers and bunch of live stream viewers with us and we build our following, we could go for hours. I don't have a problem with it. People will see the need to want to watch it back because they'll be like, okay, it's good content. But right now, let's just build it up and then we could go. But if you guys look at my other videos, they're hour and a half, hour. One of them is like 2 hours. We can go. I have nothing to do, nothing extra, nothing I have to do. I have no obligations. I'm free. But I don't like this candle right here simply because it gapped. Now, what do I mean by it gapped? When the market closes at a point, the expected thing for the next candle to do is open at the same price. But sometimes we get price slips and the market closes at a set price and it opens at a higher or a lower price. And that creates a gap. All right, so the way we would read this is the market opened up here, it closed down here, and the market opened up here. So it gapped. The price gapped up, pushed down first probably, and then pushed back up. So I'm not super excited about this candle, even though it has some good volume on it. So that's the 4 hour. There isn't a big amount of information on the 4 hour, and hopefully we'll get something better from the daily. So like I said, guys, this is what we do. This is called the Crypto Chasers analysis. This is when you guys get a chance to have your cryptocurrency of your choice analyzed by me, which it isn't financial suggestions or anything like that, but it's just my opinion. And my technicals have proven to be pretty good. I called the pullback for BTC last night and it pushed up and it's pulling back right now. Not only did I call the pullback, but I called the exact level in which it was struggling at and what I'm expecting from it. But you guys can get a chance to get your coins analyzed as well. For basic attention right now, and this is just a very quick breakdown of the technicals. I'm not going to go too deep because I want to give other people a chance. But this level right here, where the blue line is a critical level of support for that has been broken, and a new low has been. I do not like the fact that the 7-day moving average is reacting so negatively towards the price. And the more this 7-hour starts to dip down, it's going to, especially if we keep getting good sized bearish volume on the volume chart, it's going to pull the slower moving average down as well. And a quick tip for those of you who use quicker moving averages, I use a 7 and a 14. When the quicker moving averages are close together, for example, right here, the market, it's like you see how they're close together, and right here they're spread apart. There's a good distance between them right here, but right here they're much closer. When the moving averages are like this, it takes a lot of volume to break through. Not only does it take a lot of volume, it takes consistent volume, sometimes for days, to break through and to stay through. Perfect example is this candle right here. All right, we got a nice volume candle. All right, and even though we got the volume candle, the moving averages were close. It temporarily broke through the moving averages and closed right below the second one. Since we did not have a continuation of multiple days of nice volume to the bullish side, the market slowly broke down because the moving averages are so close that it needs even more volume, from my experience, to break through. So that's what's looking like it's happening to basic attention. As far as the idea of basic attention, now this is where my separation of fundamentals and technicals come in. The technicals for basic attention as far as right now, based on the daily and the 4-hour charts, and just based on those two charts. Now, if I go deeper into a 30-minute, 15-minute or so, which I don't like to do because we'll talk about that if you subscribe another time. But as far as the technicals from the 4 and the 4-hour and the daily, I do not like the technicals as of right now for basic attention. The fundamentals of the coin, I think it's a great idea. So that's basic attention. Chase that boner. Yo, living off crypto is you're a wicked dude, man. Just bought into some ADA. I like ADA. I really like ADA. It's kind of it's comparable to Tezos to me in my mind. Crypto fever, peace, Shaka, peace, brother, peace. Peace, my guy. Teach us how to do fibs. I'm working on all of that. Right before I did this video, I did a video for my online course, which is coming out, which is going to be very reasonably priced. It's going to go into a lot of different aspects of trading. It's going to go into multiple different styles, how we can, what we can do on flash crashes, what we can do on coins that have been forgotten, what we can do on analyzing a coin from the daily aspect, from the 4-hour, how to analyze a coin from a higher time frame and make an entry from a lower time frame. We're going to break down all types of different support and resistance. We're going to break down how I personally use indicators to complement the technicals that I already have. And I have something coming for that. EOS, that is all. Yeah, the EOS run right now is unbelievable. I personally am not buying into EOS. There's no way. If EOS gives me an opportunity to buy the dip, a nice dip, not even a dip, it has to pull back because there's no EOS product. And I'm not fudding, but I can see because people have already started this, the comparison of them using the framework of BitShares to create EOS. So I can already see people saying, oh, we're paying billions of dollars for a reskinned version of BitShares. And so that's going to create some FUD. So that's going to create the opportunity for me to buy in. So I'm going to wait for that. Because and that's not me making that up. People have already made this comparison. You can find it. And Dan Larimer has already spoken on the fact that it's like the blueprint for BitShares, but it's going to be revamped, and that's where they got the idea from. This is a pretty advanced, as far as comparison to other cryptocurrencies, it is a very advanced cryptocurrency. It can scale, it can handle a lot of transactions. So BitShares, I think they personally got delisted because I don't know, the name shares in the name is probably, Bittrex probably doesn't want anything to do with that. So it says, so apparently Crypto Fever is having technical problems. Let's check the feed. Everybody else isn't having technical problems, brother. I think that's on your end, bro. Yo. Bro. Yo, living off crypto. You're different, bro. You are different. You say some really weird things, man. Are you guys having technical problems? Because apparently Crypto Fever is having technical problems, but nobody else is saying that. Substratum. So since you guys are still posting, I'm going to assume that. Are you guys having technical problems? I don't think so. I think that's just you, Crypto Fever. Because I did a lot of testing, and a lot of my last streams, I think I got the right settings. So we haven't been having any technical problems. Substratum. Substratum, in my opinion, my opinion of the fundamentals and the technicals may not align. As far as the fundamentals overall, I think it's a very ambitious, very, very ambitious. What they're trying to do is very ambitious. Now, depending on, I would have to look into their business model, because they're gonna have to have a solid business model to keep this thing rolling, unless they have a sizable portion of the tokens, and the token price keeps rising. If they have a sizable portion of the tokens and the price keeps rising, then they'll be able to fund themselves and keep reaching towards that ambitious goal. But I don't know. And I don't like the exchanges that it's listed on. So we can't really do technicals on this coin because of the exchanges that it's listed on. I'm not gonna say it's not a stupid idea, but it's on the ambitious side. Yeah, living off yeah. So who was that? Who was that said that? Crypto Fever. Yeah, that's you, brother. So maybe you need to exit the stream and then come back. Komodo. KMD, right? We've been doing this for 42 minutes. All right, so this stream isn't terrible, but the last ones have been like really bad. And bad in the sense that, you know, it's hard for people to watch them back, you know. Especially, I'm still in building my channel. I'm in building my channel mode. Not building my reputation, because those who know me definitely know what I've done. But I'm in building channel mode, so people don't want to watch a 2-hour video from a guy with 3,000 subscribers. Not yet, you know. When we get up there, then, you know, people will realize the potency of the content. And then they'll be like, you know what? I want to go out my way and watch 2 hours of Chase That Coin straight in a row. Komodo is another one that has broken a critical level of support with volume. Even though a lot of these candles, some of these candles on the daily with these big volumes was due to Bitcoin shooting up. The first day that Bitcoin broke 11,000, and it was shooting up in a straight line, and it almost broke the 2.61 Fibonacci extension level in a straight line. When that happened, a lot of alts tanked temporarily, creating these really big out of place bearish volume candles. But things like Stratos and things like that have bounced back and regained a lot of Satoshi value versus that move. But a lot of coins have not. And Komodo, Basic Attention, these coins have not reacted, as far as right now, have not reacted well. But the good thing about this trade right here, and this coin right here, is that, and also Basic Attention, so maybe I'll go back and look at that really quick to see if this principle applies. But the market will break support temporarily, pivot below it, and then snap back above it. So if that is what this is doing, I I would need some bullish signs down here, but there is potential for a quick snapback. As long as it doesn't struggle down here and let the slower moving average catch up, then there is a nice chance of a snapback above the level of support, and then we'll be looking for bullish price action towards the upside. Komodo, if you look back at my Twitter, I'm not going to do it, but you could do it. Follow me on Twitter at @ChaseThatCoin. Komodo is one of the coins that I was calling out a long time ago. A lot of people were saying that the Komodo project was shady at first, but it was just simply the fact that it was taking a different look as far as a different route, as far as a spin-off of what Zcash is. So that was kind of interesting to me. And it did very well after that call. And people have become very interested in Komodo. As far as right now, how active the devs are, the team and all that stuff, I don't know. Like I need to get back in. What is this stream for? This stream originally started for Bitcoin, right? BTC USD. Bitcoin was struggling to break out. All right. I gave my technical opinion on Bitcoin. For those of you who just came, some of you probably just came, we can do it again. So my technical opinion for Bitcoin right now is Bitcoin, it has been struggling since our late night stream last night. On the 4-hour chart, has been struggling to break a specific area on the chart. All right. Now, in our late night stream last night, Bitcoin was struggling to break 11,100. Overnight, Bitcoin has broken this area and did create a new all-time high. But just as I was explaining on the Komodo chart, the principles of support and resistance. And one of the principles of support and resistance is the market has a tendency to temporarily break above resistance or break below support, pivot, and then react to the level of support and resistance. And as we can see right here, this is what's happening for Bitcoin. So even if Bitcoin closes up here above the moving average, if we tap into the principle of long wicks, which is when long wicks are created, the market has a tendency to eventually, even if it pushes up again temporarily, to come down and try to fill out these wicks. All right. So now you may say, Shaka, how did you get into altcoins? Because the movement of Bitcoin shapes the movement of altcoins. All right. I always try to give the people that are in my live stream an opportunity to get their coins looked at, because not everybody is strictly holding Bitcoin. So for those of you who are only interested in the Bitcoin aspect, after I'm done the Bitcoin aspect, then the rest may not work for you. But people are holding Bitcoin, altcoins within this. Some people are holding Bitcoin, some people are holding a mixture of both. And I want to give them my opinion on the altcoins that they're holding, which is only fair, because I am not a maximalist, nor am I in the cult of any specific cryptocurrency. I'm not in the cult of Bitcoin. I am not in the cult of Ethereum, the cult of any coin. I am in the cult of cryptocurrency. If I had to choose, I want to see them all flourish. So I want to give my opinion on what's happening with coins that people hold. So that's how we got to altcoins. I'm always going to do that. For those of you who don't like that and only want me to focus on Bitcoin, this may not be the right channel for you. Dream, 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 dream. All right. Since we're talking about Bitcoin, yeah, let's focus on Bitcoin a little bit more right here. Do you think that Bitcoin will decrease in value, making it a good point to invest? Do you think that Bitcoin will continue to grow, making so you want to invest as soon as possible? That is a good question. The reason that I'm squinting a lot is because I have bad eyes. And yes, I need to get glasses, but I don't want to. But I'm going to have to. So to answer your question, do I think, first of all, we're going to break it down. Do you think that Bitcoin will decrease in value? The way I started off the stream, and I'm going to tap into that again quickly for those of you who are coming late. I personally think that Bitcoin is going to decrease. Bitcoin has shown and is showing as far as right now, and we can make it official with when this candle closes in the next hour and 10 minutes. Bitcoin is showing that it is ready for a slight pullback. In my opinion, we're going to get a pullback into 93.75. I would start to, if I was a person to buy Bitcoin all the time, I would start to buy here. So I would start to buy at 93.73 dollar cost average in hopes that we approach 8,300, or at best, the best entry that we could get is 7,300. Do I think we'll get 7,300? Not right now. Not until after people digest the fact that the CME futures are active. After that, we may get that. Depending on how the CME traders want to do, whether they want to leverage this thing, whether they want to leverage Bitcoin down or put on a few X's leverage and ride this thing up. I'm not exactly sure as far as how heavy of a leverage they're going to be able to use, and I think that's going to play a factor into which way they ride Bitcoin, whether they ride it up or they want to short it down. So yes, I do think Bitcoin is going to decrease in value, not by much and not for a long time. It's going to be very temporary, few days maximum. Everybody go hit that like button, turn on post notifications, all of that good stuff. So we've been here for 52 minutes. We did some altcoins. Says, I don't know, Extra Bytes looks like a scam. Why do you say that? Let's follow me on Twitter, and at me, and we'll talk about that on Twitter. All right, so I don't want to make this one too long. I want to make these things watchable for guys who, new to the community. As we build the community up and we start to get consistently, we break a certain amount of subscribers, and we have a consistent amount of live viewers, a few hundred viewers in the stream, 100 viewers even consistently. We can do these things for hours on end, and people will be aware that, yes, this is good content and I'm willing to watch it back. But as of right now, we're going to try to, keep them under an hour, 30 minutes to an hour, and give people the opportunity to watch these back on replay. Okay, so you're thinking about investing. You're thinking about investing in Bitcoin, but you haven't done so yet? How do you invest in Bitcoin or other cryptocurrencies? Go to the App Store or the Google Play Store if you have Android. Download an application called Coinbase. It's very easy to set up. It's very easy to set up. Set up your Coinbase, and you verify your bank account so you can buy Bitcoin directly from your bank account. Bitcoin is 11,000, 10,000, whatever it is right now, but you can buy small portions of Bitcoin. You can buy $10 of Bitcoin at a time if you like. So you can buy small portions, and you can use a method called dollar cost averaging, which is buying a small amount. Let's say you have $50,000 that you want to put into Bitcoin. You would divide $50,000 up into a set period of time. So let's say you wanted to buy $50,000 worth of Bitcoin in 5 months. You would divide the amount of days that there are in 5 months into the amount of money you have. How much ever you get, you would buy that amount every day. So let's just say rough math, and it's not right, Of course it isn't. But let's just say it's $500 a day. You can buy $500 worth of Bitcoin every day, every day, every day. So that allows you to buy, you'll buy highs and you'll buy lows within that 5-month period. And the highs and the lows, as you average them out, it will give you a price somewhere in the middle. So if you keep doing that, you may get a price of between whatever Bitcoin is now and the high of Bitcoin. So it averages out. It's less stressful. It's a cool method. James Bond, you're late, James Bond. We needed you. Debunk says, we know you just want to go blaze, fam. Listen, man, it's 2017. If I wanted to just blaze, I could just roll up and just right here. It's 2017, bro. And we're talking about crypto. We're talking about magical internet money over the screen with people from around the world. Some trolls, some pretending to be women that are guys, some are guys that are pretending to be women. And you think I'm worried about smoking weed? Talking about magical internet money? Go check out my interview with me and Ken Bozak. Yeah, the chat is pretty far behind because I put a delay on it. I put a 15-second delay to make sure that we don't have any insane glitches. That's one of the things that I did to off balance. You know, you can't have everything. I got to delay it. No, it's a 30-second delay. So it's not even that long. All right, guys. Well, that's it. I would appreciate it if you all hit that like button. If you're new here, you want to learn about Bitcoin, you want to learn about how to invest in good projects, how to find good projects, how to trade good projects, how to trade projects that might not be so great, but they have some upside, how to possibly turn 1 Bitcoin into 3 Bitcoin. This is the place to do it. And I would love to have you hit that like button, hit subscribe, turn on post notifications. And until next time, my guys and my girls, keep chasing that coin.